Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to another show. This is January 8th, 2023. Great to have you here. If you're new to the show, well, then launch your camera app on your phone, point over the QR code, touch the yellow ellipse. You'll get my link tree with lots of great information to help you become a better version of yourself and everyone else you care so much about. Welcome, 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 welcome. And I want to thank you guys for being here. We start on a brand new master topic on Saturday. We roll all the way through the weekend. We finish up on a Friday on day 7. And if you are, coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates. I really do appreciate you guys to the bottom of my heart. It means so much that you guys choose to drink the Kool-Aid and follow up and really enjoy this great content. That means, so very much to me. And I want to tell you that doing this show is like one of the most amazing things in my life. I love improving people's lives. I love the other shows I do. I love the IFYL radio show, that I do, which is new. And so I also want to thank those of you that are watching us again. If you're on the replay, maybe it's at 2 a.m. in the morning, maybe it's 4 a.m., maybe it's 6 p.m., maybe it's 10 a.m. or 4 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. Whatever time you're watching us on the replay, well, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome, and thank you so much for watching and rewatching this great content to improve the quality of your life and so many people that I know you care so much about. Are you ready for the master topic? How to understand auditory learning. And we're on series number 2. Episode number 2. Understanding auditory learning. We're actually in series basically 2. Because we're in our second year and we're on episode 2. So I think we'll probably start putting that in there so people know that we are on, it's basically season 2, episode 2. So pretty soon you're going to start seeing S2:E, which will basically mean, the season and, basically the episode. So what we're also going to do, because, we have different episodes, we're going to have the season and then we're going to have the episode. So we'll have like season. So let's say it's S1:, and then what we're going to actually have in there is going to be, the episode number and then the actual show number. So it'll be S1 E something. So right now we're on episode, I think, basically with this being our, basically this is our really it's starting off to be our first week. Well, we had one in the new year a little bit that was kind of starting going in, but really we're going to call this the season 2 episode 1. Show 1, right? So show 1, so it'll be season 2, so season 2, S1, and then the episode. So you guys know what all that is. And so it is how to understand auditory learning. We've been talking a lot about things that can improve your life so very, very much. And I know you're wondering, guys, how does this all work? Think about this for a second. Think about what it means to you to understand auditory learning. So auditory learning is one of the modalities that no matter what age you are, you might be that type of learner. And so if you're in school and let's say, for example, somebody doesn't know you're an auditory learner, we know what can happen. That can really frustrate someone because they think you're not paying attention when really you are. You're listening for audible cues. You want to hear what's being said. You want to notice the sounds, okay? And things like, does that click for you, right? Does it ring a bell, right? You're getting the buzz of this. Are we starting to hum along? So we're going to use words that are going to be connecting to your auditory senses. I've said to you before, when you go to a class, a lot of times classes don't allow you to have um, the ability to, I should say, record notes. Unless you have like a learning disability, then they will allow that with special permission. But a lot of colleges, they feel that that's cheating. It's not cheating. I think everyone should be allowed to do it, to be quite honest with you, because I think some people just are not able to do the best thing. And the reason they can't do it isn't because they don't want to, it's because they're an auditory learner. They are an auditory learner. Okay. Maybe you're working in your office and I'm trying to explain something to a staff member. So, well, can you hear what the customer's saying? Okay. We need to make sure that we not only hear what they're saying, that it's understood to us as well as it's understood to them. So we're just talking about auditory today, but there are more learning modalities that people can use. The thing is, you don't choose which learning modality is yours. And you're probably saying, John, how do I know if I'm an auditory learner? That's a great question. How do I know that I am an auditory learner? How? Well, auditory learners memorize by hearing and by speaking. Auditory learners like to talk a lot. They may interrupt others. They're great at remembering names, but not the faces. Noise and music is distracting to them. And so when we say that you're an auditory learner, the stimuli that's coming into your body from your ears is really the make or break it for them if they're an auditory learner. Okay. Do you know what all that means? So when we think about auditory learners, you might be saying, hey, John, does an auditory learner just mean that they have to hear something? Well, yes and no. They have to hear it, but it has to excite their nervous system. Just because you hear noise doesn't mean you're going to remember something. So, therefore, we need to make sure that the signals that you're hearing, if you're an auditory learner, are going to be peak. Okay. So, if you're somebody that rather makes voice memos of things you need to revise, then you're probably an auditory learner. For example, most attorneys are auditory learners because they actually dictate into a recorder and then their secretary types out what they're talking about. You find you'll learn more from hearing someone talk than reading the same information. So that's a cue that you are an auditory learner. Okay. You enjoy tasks that require you to speak rather than write, means you're an auditory learner. You prefer reading aloud than in your head. You're an auditory learner. You aren't one to push away from asking questions in class. You're an auditory learner. Everyone around you is typing away or writing notes, but you're just in your own world with listening to whoever is speaking. You have that unique gift of appearing to not pay attention when in actuality, you're so absorbed in the situation that you're paying more attention to the people that are actually taking notes. Many people at college get in trouble because the professor will say, gee, you're not paying attention. But in reality, you are. It just looks like you're not paying attention. That makes sense? Enjoying sounds. and then having them stimulate pathways in your brain are how to awaken an auditory learner. Okay? Auditory learners are good listeners. They like lectures. They'll benefit from oral explanations and directions. They also like active class discussions and want to participate in them. If you're in a reading group and let's say that you're not communicating that, then you're probably not an auditory learner. Sometimes auditory learners will talk to themselves. They might be distracted by too many colors, graphics, or visuals because they want to see the big idea before the details make sense. So an auditory learner is basically someone that is very acute to the stimuli of sound. That's pretty cool. Hey, Ken, it's great to have you here tonight. John, may you have a delectable, scrumptiously, deliciously, edibly tasty, good, heartfelt Sunday night and the rest of the week ahead. Well, same to you, Ken. It's so great to have you here. We're talking about learning modalities. And tonight we're talking on our season 2, show 2, and it's episode number 2. We're talking about understanding auditory learners. See, a lot of people think that an auditory learner is lazy. He or she is not lazy. It's just that if you're a different type of learner, which we'll talk more about that later another time, people will think that you are not paying attention. Okay? So how do you teach an auditory learner? How do you teach an auditory learner? Repetition. Verbal discussions. These are things that are very, very important. Okay? They like to study with a friend. But how does an auditory learner read? Well, reading aloud, playing verbal games, maybe making up a song, like I did yesterday, right? Remember when I was playing with the syllables? So if you're having trouble spelling, and like, I just can't learn, maybe they're an auditory learner. And so the advice is to say the word out loud, like let's say we're talking the word games. So I'll say games, Games, games. So hearing it, spelling it, making it a little bit funny with the inflections and the syllables can really help you understand, oh, Games, I get it. Or take the word published, Published. So I did syllables, but I also broke it up and then I kind of played with the inflection points there, didn't I? So our life has lots of potential to connect us to great information. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am by now. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this amazing Sunday evening, January 8, 2023. I hope you'll like, love, and support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Look for the key phrase, help keep our content free. And make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. And I hope you love the content we're sharing with you because it can just change your world in 2023 like you cannot even imagine. Have yourself a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.